Hi guys, and welcome to my channel again for hopefully my very last pregnancy update this time around. So, 39 weeks. I wasn't positive that I would actually make it to 39 weeks, and yet I have. I am here. I am huge. Something I've been forgetting to tell everybody is that for the last 3 weeks, our basement has flooded every single week. Last week was the real special one because last week it was poop everywhere. And that was fun. Today and the first time, I don't know if it's like washing machine or bathtub or something. So that's good. Better. But yeah, they better fix it. I'm losing my patience. I don't understand what is wrong. I don't understand why it's flooding. Nothing has changed in how we live our lives. So there's something going on and they're not doing a very good job of figuring it out. So a little bit annoyed about that right about now. Anyways, let's move into the actual pregnancy thing. I realized that I forgot to update a couple things like my weight and stuff like that, so I actually need to go weigh myself because I haven't done that for a while. I'll talk about, so the gestational diabetes, was having trouble for for probably the last 2 weeks. I've been having trouble keeping my numbers below what they're supposed to be because I was like, okay, we actually can't keep doing this. Like, it needs to get under because I don't want the baby measuring. It really helped too that on Thursday when I saw my midwife, I was measuring at 42 weeks. And last time I was measuring at 30, the last 2 weeks I've measured at 39 weeks. And so I was just like, what? 42 weeks? OMG, if that's because of my blood sugar, my baby's become a huge behemoth. No, we gotta cut down on the sugar. And of course, basically what that means is that I just haven't, you know, been totally careful about what I've been eating. It's not that I go around eating sugar and candy and chocolate all the time. That's obviously a no-go no matter what, but careful about making sure I have lots of raw vegetables and salads at night and stuff like that, which my body kind of needs. So, I'm out of breath because I just ran and weighed myself, and I have eaten already, so it's probably not true because last time I did this, I was actually 5 pounds off. Yeah, I have gained, from what it says, I've gained 8 pounds this pregnancy. So I have a feeling it's probably more like 4 or 5, but there's also suddenly a huge amount of weight gain for me since I was in the negative for so long. I know 2 weeks ago when I weighed myself, I was 1.5 pounds heavier than when I started the pregnancy. And so that's why I'm thinking I'm probably closer to 5 today. But yeah, 2 nights ago I had really painful swelling in my feet. And I know that my blood pressure was a little bit elevated. It wasn't dangerously high. It was still within normal, but it was higher than what it's been besides one other time with my midwives. So she's like, as long as you don't have anything else like going on, then it should be fine. Preeclampsia is a pretty frightening thing. It's really rare to get it unless it's your first pregnancy. They are better today, and I did try to keep my feet up yesterday, keep my water intake up, because I know I've been struggling with water intake a lot. I don't know why, probably the last month, I've really struggled with water intake. And I just don't feel like drinking water, which, put on your big girl panties, Robin. You gotta drink the water. Like, you need to be drinking buttloads of water. So yeah, not really sure why I have been struggling with water, but I have been. I did just put a new Brita filter into our filter thing about 4 days ago, and I feel like it's helped a bit. I'm super picky when it comes to water. I grew up with a reverse osmosis water, which is almost sweet because it has basically no minerals or anything in it. It's a super healthy type of water to drink. But because of that, when I taste like chlorine or anything in my water, I just don't want to drink it. And I don't even notice. It's a subconscious thing. It just doesn't taste good to me, so I don't drink it. And it's usually when I need to change the filter on our Brita that I stop drinking water, and I'm like, wait a minute, it's been a couple weeks, you haven't drank water. as much as you should be. Like I drink water every day, but I just mean you need to drink a lot of water, especially a person my size, and especially that I'm pregnant. I was pretty sure that's what it is, because I've been a little bit better the last couple days and it's been easier to drink it. Pretty sure it's just because I like the flavor better, because you know I'm so picky. I have lost some of my mucus plug. I lost some of it last week, and I've lost some of it yesterday and the day before. That doesn't mean, oh, I'm gonna go into labor right away. You can sometimes lose the whole thing and still not go into labor for weeks. I've had lots of contractions every day. Yesterday was the first day that I had them in the afternoon. I've basically always had them in the evening for about 2 to 3 hours, sometimes 4 hours, but they're very sporadic. Like I'll sometimes have them, you know, a minute apart, 15 minutes apart, 30 minutes apart, 17 minutes apart, 12 minutes apart, 4 minutes apart, 15 minutes apart, and there's nothing consistent ever, but they're definitely a contraction. It's not a Braxton Hicks. They often happen as soon as I sit down, which is funny because Braxton Hicks often happen when you get up to move around, and the contractions often happen as I relax. And so that's been something very different in the last week, because I haven't, I had them a bit before, the week before, but this week I've had them consistently, like every day. I even had one this morning. It's getting closer. My body's getting ready, which is awesome. And I'm excited that, you know, the time is getting closer, because part of me, part of me just kind of wants to push it away and be like, let's just deal with this in a few months, because the rest of my life is just not in order. But then part of me is like, you know what? That's not gonna happen. So you just need to get this over with, you know, just let's get it done. Let's get this show on the road. So I was really bummed yesterday that my feet were so swollen, because I felt like it was dangerous to walk. Like the longer I stood, obviously standing is really bad, walking is much better. But I'm hoping today I might actually go to the zoo today and walk, because that may help things along, you know what I mean. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with pre-labor, prep labor. I do have my hospital bag basically packed. I don't have my stuff that I use every day in it, but I basically have it packed. Ooh, here's hoping this is my last one, especially since I try to do them every 2 weeks. I don't think there's gonna be a 41-week one. There could be a 40-week one. That I won't say would happen, but I don't think there's gonna be a 41-week. And I'm gonna try to record what's in my hospital bag really quickly, because I know those are kind of fun to see, especially because a lot of the ones that are on YouTube are from the United States. And the United States provides different stuff than what a Canadian hospital would, and so I think it's kind of nice to see what people pack for Canada. And there has been some that I found from Canada, but there's only really been 2 that I found that were useful, because they weren't a first baby. Because that's the other thing, what people pack for their first baby is not what they pack for their second baby. Part of me kind of wants to have the baby at home. It's just so, it's been so stressful, and with Isaac not, I mean, my husband still has foot injuries. He can barely walk still. He can walk, but it's really hard. And part of me is just like, I'm gonna labor at home as long as I can, and hopefully by the time the midwives get here, it's too late. We'll just have the baby here. I don't know, I'm like, oh. The thought of having to pack him up, pack me up, make sure Josiah is taken care of, all that stuff. In a way, I'm just like, it'd be nice to just have someone come take Josiah away, and we just can stay here and do it here. The reason, as you may, if you haven't watched my earlier videos, the reason I'm not planning on doing that is just because I have had a C-section before, and so I have a higher chance of rupture of the uterus than someone who hasn't had a C-section, just at the scar point. And so, and if there's a rupture, although I would be saved, it's touch and go whether the baby would live, and I just don't know if I could live with that. So I am planning on a hospital birth, and I'm VBAC, and because I did push for 2.5 hours with my first one, I feel like I am a really good candidate for that. I've been told I'm a really good candidate for a VBAC, so that's my hope for it. And yeah, so next time I see you, hopefully the baby will be outside the belly, but no promises. Here's the bump. And the bump from the front, it's all nice and round. And the bump from this side, oh, excuse me. And he's still head down. He had moved, he was almost engaged 2 weeks ago, but sadly when I got checked on the Thursday, like a couple days ago, he had moved back up, which is partly why she thought I was measuring at 42 weeks, because she's like, those second and third on babies, she's like, they don't like to get engaged until that game time. But yeah, he is head down and he's the right position. He's not sunny side up. He just moves kind of from one side to the other though, so we'll see. I think he'll be a-okay. And so thumbs up if you enjoyed this little final, hopefully, update, and subscribe if you want to see more. And thanks for all the love, guys, and we shall see you sometime. I'm not sure when. Bye.